Oh, testing. Good morning, Rebecca. good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Thanks so much for helping us out today.
No problem.
I
I'm
don't know, I
excited.
don't know if I've formally met you before, but
No,
I'm
no,
Gabby.
I don't think we have. Yeah, I'm Laura. I'm an international student advisor in the OISS.
Oh, nice. I'm a project coordinator in the Office of International Programs.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so you just started recently, right?
Yeah, I started in March.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So you've never actually been to the office?
I was there 1 week and then
Oh,
we started
wow.
working from home.
Oh, that must have been really difficult to like get used to the new job.
Yeah, it was a bit of a challenge. Certainly, not one I had anticipated, but luckily the OIP team has been really good about like remembering that I exist in this
Oh,
new
yeah.
virtual reality and like keeping me up to speed. So it was a little stressful, but we're we're all kind of winging it and doing the best
Right.
we can, I think. So um but yeah, it definitely was different. I've never started a job in a way quite like this. So
Yeah. Where were you before?
I was at U of M Dearborn.
Oh, okay. What kind of position?
Yeah, I was an admissions counselor there for the
Oh.
undergraduate office.
Oh, okay. So not necessarily international students, just
Yeah, I worked with some international students, but not like entirely.
right.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, great. So, do you have any questions about anything before we
Oh,
start this morning?
yeah, actually I did have one question. So we are recording our sessions.
So, Jacqueline will mention this at the top of the session, but the like big group is recorded. But when you go into your breakout rooms, that's not recorded.
Oh,
So
okay.
grantees can feel comfortable sharing whatever they
I
like,
see.
knowing that whatever they share won't be recorded or
Okay.
anything. And we'll mention that to everybody. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I think somewhere it said remind the participants that you are recording. But
Yes, I think originally we thought the breakout rooms could be recorded, but then we realized that that's not the case. So yeah, we kind of created that in there before we realized kind of the technicality of
Mhm.
the breakout room. So yeah, you don't have to worry about
Okay.
recording anything.
And also, what is our contingency plan? I, because I think it says somewhere we will receive information. I don't know if I missed it.
No, you're right. If you experience any technology issues, I will hang out, like I'll be hanging out in kind of the main Zoom room.
Okay.
So if you experience any technology issues, you can just shoot me a message on Teams if that
Okay.
works. That would work best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if I need to jump in, I can.
Okay. 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 Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, great. We already have quite a few people in the meeting room, which is exciting. So I'm gonna start putting people into breakout rooms here. Let's see. So 1B.
Should I put my breakout group name, my 1B next to my name?
You can if you'd like. I've already sorted you
Okay.
so that you're already in 1B.
Okay.
So you can if you'd like, but you don't have
Okay.
to. Um, hold on, let me see here. Okay. Okay, it looks like. Good Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Doing just fine. I discovered with great joy that I can start sorting people in the breakout rooms before they're even admitted. So I am already sorting, which is exciting. Brings me great joy.
That's actually very exciting.
Yes, I didn't realize that that would even be an option. So I am thrilled that I can get a jump start on this. So, yeah.
Cool.
Jacqueline, I'm wondering, once I let like everyone in, I'm wondering if you can like maybe keep an eye on the chat just while I'm sorting everybody, just so if there's any like common questions, you know.
Like while I'm talking, or like while?
No, like while we're waiting for everybody to join. Do you mind just like keeping an eye on it so that, uh-oh, she's frozen. Jacqueline! Oh dear.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay.
Froze a little bit there.
Okay. I could tell by your panic. So let me...
Sorry, my bad.
Totally fine.
You know, we might as well get it out of our system now rather than later.
Yeah. And are people giving you their? They have to give you their group to log in, correct?
We've asked them to do so. I'm seeing in the waiting room that not everybody has done that, but some of them have, and like on the screen, we're prompting them to, you know, go ahead and rename themselves if they haven't already done so. So I'm hoping that we'll get there.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, I'd say about half of them have their breakout group names indicated in their names. About half of them haven't.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a mix.
Okay.
Yeah. But I also have Canvas pulled up. So for those who don't have it in their names, I'm going ahead and just like looking them up.
Cool.
Yeah. Um, 1B. Okay. And it looks like moderator-wise, we're waiting on Jennifer Hart and Jackie Smith.
Okay.
And then, hi Heidi and Katie, welcome. Do either of you have any questions before we get started? We're good?
Hi, I don't think so. This is just basically we're introducing ourselves, letting everybody introduce themselves, and then those few questions.
Exactly. Right? Yes, they started the program on Sunday, so they've really just been adjusting to this whole like virtual, you know, engagement, and so we're just having them get to know each other and also just checking in regarding how they're feeling about learning online so far.
Okay.
Yeah. So
one question I did have is for the other sessions, will the presenters take up the first 15 minutes and then the facilitation happens? Is that how it will go each time?
Correct. Yeah, they'll kind of set the stage for the session so that all the grantees have a chance to just hear directly from the faculty expert. And then I'll be sorting all the breakout rooms during that time, and then you'll go off to your facilitation.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
No questions on my end. Everything looks great. Thanks for all the great information in advance and super organized. I appreciate it.
Great. Yeah, no problem. Okay, it looks like Jennifer's here, and is Jackie here yet? Okay, don't see Jackie quite yet. That's okay. In about 1 minute, I'm going to start opening it up and letting folks in, just so they can kind of get settled. And then we'll get going around 8 o'clock.
Sorry, could I ask one more question?
Yeah,
Have you let anybody in yet?
no.
Okay, great. So what we talked about in the training, like establishing the ground rules, you know, you might feel passionately, but do it in a kind, respectful way. Is today the day for that? Or do you think when we get into something a little more, what
Yeah.
passionate about? Because I don't know how many people feel passionate about online learning, but yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a great point. I don't think that's as necessary today. What do you think, Jacqueline?
I would agree. I think today is I would say the most like lighthearted one. I mean, I think people are really just going to be, I mean, like Gabby and you just said, like you'll be introduced, like letting them introduce themselves and just kind of reviewing, you know, like concerns or issues they might have with online learning. But it's going to be, I think this is really more for them to like express, like give them a space to talk about that stuff, but also just for them to practice using the technology too.
Okay.
So that's a good point. It's not like, this is a very different tone than like race in America.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right.
So
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
yeah, that's a very good point.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And then at around 8, we'll get started.
Would you like to get started?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get
All right.
started. You wanna kick it
Oh.
off, Jacqueline?
Yeah, so, all right. Well, good morning, everyone, to the people in my time zone, I guess, and good afternoon and good evening to everyone else. Welcome to your Fulbright Gateway orientation. I may have spoken to some of you, but in case we haven't met, my name is Jacqueline Asarian, and I am Associate Director for International Programs here at Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan. And I'm also proud to be a part of the Fulbright team in the Office of International Programs. We are so excited to have the opportunity to help you start your journey with a Gateway orientation. I know you've heard it already, but I think it bears repeating. Congratulations again on your selection as Fulbrighters. It's a very big deal. And now you are a part of the Fulbright family, which I can say is a pretty impressive group. So you should be very proud. Just as many of you have expressed yourselves, we really do wish that we could be meeting you in person on our campus to show you our great city and our school and just to get to know you in person. But even so, it has been really good to meet you over email, on Facebook, and in Canvas so far. And we can see that you all have been communicating with each other virtually, which is obviously great to see. So you're already off to a good start. A special thank you also as to our colleagues at the Institute of International Education and to our generous sponsors at the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. They really do make this all possible for all of us, so we do thank you sincerely. Just a couple of technical notes before we get into it. I think most of you have been doing this, but Gabby did give you instructions to stay muted while we're in this whole session when we're all together, but you're welcome to keep your cameras on. It's nice to actually see your faces for the first time. And also, we do understand that some of you experienced some technical difficulties yesterday with Canvas. And so we just wanted you to know that we are aware of them and we're working closely with our IT staff here to resolve them. And another small thing is that we have found that Canvas seems to work best in Google Chrome or Firefox as a browser. So we do recommend using those for future work. And if you don't have them, to download them. So today is the live discussion or synchronous discussion for online learning. So before today, you should have had the chance to review the online learning modules in Canvas. And this session is really the conclusion of those lessons. Of course, we understand that many of you may already have some experience with online learning. And for others, this gateway seems to really be your first time taking an online class. So we can see from the discussion boards that many of you are a bit apprehensive or nervous about online learning, which is completely understandable. I want you to know that you are definitely not alone in feeling this way. I would say many of your counterparts here are a little nervous, and we've found a lot of Wayne State students to be a bit apprehensive as well in the shift we've all had to make to online learning. So you may often hear the phrase, especially these days, that we're all in this together. And I think that is how we will all make it through online coursework and help you get more comfortable learning in this format. Because we understand it may seem a bit overwhelming to learn to navigate a new platform while you're expected to use it as well. But the modules for online learning within your Gateway orientation are intended to give you a foundation in understanding the technology that you'll be using to learn new material and to discuss it with your cohort. So obviously you will need these skills to actively participate in the Gateway, but given the state of higher education in the US and in the world, frankly, for the coming year, it's likely that most of you will be taking most, if not all, of your classes online. And so with that in mind, we recommend that you use these sessions to simply familiarize yourself with the technology being used in a lower stakes scenario, or in other words, in a situation with much less pressure than your graduate coursework. So some of what you might have reviewed so far might seem a bit obvious, such as how to use a discussion board, but many US universities use this exact system, Canvas, for online coursework. And if they use something else, it's usually a platform that is similar in structure and uses similar vocabulary to refer to different aspects of the course and your assignments. So the technology you're practicing to use here and the modes of communication themselves, like this large Zoom call that is going to be broken out into smaller groups is another example. Knowing how to navigate those spaces will be valuable to you throughout your orientation, but also just as a full-time graduate student in the US in this coming year. And one other small thing to quickly review, because we've gotten some questions from grantees. In online learning in the US, you may hear the term synchronous and asynchronous in referring to content online. There seems to be some confusion just over that terminology. So just to review, asynchronous usually means that you'll participate either in reading or consuming content or responding and engaging, but at a time that's convenient for you. All participants do not need to be engaging in real time. By contrast, synchronous content is, well, what you're experiencing right now. Synchronous content is live, meaning that all grantees are attending and participating in real time. We found that many of you, even those who have some familiarity with online courses might not have used these terms before. So we wanted to clarify because you'll be hearing those really throughout the rest of the Gateway orientation. So of course, this program is intended to prepare you for your Fulbright experience and providing you with resources and strategies to learn and participate effectively, both in this program and in your academic programs and host communities when you are able to travel. But another main purpose of this event, which is online this year, is to give you the chance to build your own Fulbright network. I hope you've already found how valuable it can be to connect with each other as you go through this experience together. You all understand your own position so much better than really anyone else. You all are going through the same thing at the same time. You're trying to figure out how to navigate the Fulbright student program in truly one of the strangest times we've ever seen. So hopefully you've already started to do that, but if not, it's okay. There will be ample time for you to continue to get to know each other throughout this orientation. So within each time zone group, we have divided you further into cohorts, which is just another way of referring to groups that you will stay in and participate in throughout the rest of the Gateway. So these are groups with a number, which is for your time zone group, and a letter, which is for your cohort in particular. So people in this session will have number, groups 1A, 1B, etc. With such a large group of grantees, we have over 900 grantees in this August Gateway from over 120 countries. We wanted to give you a smaller group to have an opportunity to share more freely, have maybe more in-depth conversations, get to know each other better, and really to support each other as you make your way through this program and get ready to start your first Fulbright year. Besides you all indicating that you are available at the same time, we did also make an effort to group you with students who would be attending institutions in a similar region in the United States. So when you are able to travel, you'll be geographically a bit closer together too. And keep in mind that your group will be the same throughout the rest of the Gateway. So you will be meeting with this same group for all of the synchronous sessions. So from here, my colleagues Gabby and Fareed have divided you into your cohort groups within Zoom. So if you haven't already, you will see a prompt from the system to join these breakout rooms. So when I'm done here, I'm going to ask you to click join when you see it. And there you will be able to meet over Zoom for the first time. So a Wayne State University facilitator will be present to help you just get the discussion going as you introduce yourselves and share your experiences and concerns with online learning and have a space to just exchange ideas. Keep in mind that this, while this main session we're in right now is being recorded, the smaller breakout groups are not, and so you should feel comfortable to share. You'll be in your breakout groups for about 45 minutes, and after that, we can come back to this main group and we'll just quickly wrap up. So with that, I hope everyone enjoys your first synchronous session of the August 2020 Gateway orientation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. I really appreciate you sharing those remarks. I just wanted to briefly introduce myself as well, as I know some of you have already interacted with me online. My name is Gabby Strakowski. I am a project coordinator for the Office of International Programs. And it's really fantastic to see all of your faces. Jacqueline, Fareed, and I have been preparing for literally months to welcome you virtually. And as Jacqueline said, we had really hoped that we'd be able to meet with you in person, but it's really great to just see all of you and, kick off this Gateway orientation together. So as Jacqueline said, I am going to send you into your breakout rooms now. There's just a few people that are kind of sneaking in here. So let me just make sure I put them in a group. And I'm going to open the breakout rooms now where you'll meet with a facilitator and get to know each other a little bit better. So I'm going to open the rooms now, and your facilitators will take it from there. So I hope you enjoy this time together, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Jacqueline.
So is everyone in their rooms now?
One's slowly but surely filtering in.
Cool.
Like they are heading out slowly but surely. I just want to make sure everybody is able. Let me just keep an eye on this.
And there's a couple people who just joined and messaged. So
Let's see here. All right. Let me see here. For those who are still in the main room, if you see a message that is prompting you to join the breakout room, go ahead and click on that. So it looks like everyone is assigned to a breakout room. Let me see if I can kind of push you over there. You should see a prompt with your breakout room. You can just click join, that'll bring you to where you need to be. Let's see. Okay. Let me see if I can kind of push you over there. Our last grantee here. For our last grantee that's hanging out in the main room, do you see oh, they're gone.
We got
Okay,
it.
perfect. Okay, Jacqueline, Dr. Asarian online learning expert, just thriving. Let me
I mean,
stop my screen